Hello everybody. I just want to do a quick sound check and make sure everybody can hear me and that there's not a lot of background noise. And how am I coming through out there in streamer land? Okay, I'm going to assume that people can hear me. Things are looking like they are working. Let's see, I can just do a double check. I'm going to assume that... Yep, looks like I'm coming through. Okay, so, hi everybody. Welcome to this live stream. This is just a demo of some weird project I've been working on. So we all know that AI has been pretty popular lately, and people are looking for different kinds of applications to do with this. And well, I thought it seems good at storytelling. What could it do as far as like a GM helper? And so I started looking into how it could help me as a GM. And then I thought, well, what if I could make it work as a GM? So what I set about to do is I created the first version of this program, which is a ChatGPT program. And what it does is it creates a story with the player as the main character, and presents the story in the form of a online text adventure. And what it does is it goes through, it presents a certain situation, the setup to the story, and then you figure out what you're supposed to do and try to complete the adventure. So, oh, and then there's some other things that it does, like it's supposed to keep track of characters within the world and things like that. Lets you interact with everything you can see and everybody, all the NPCs and different characters. So the first tests were pretty successful. There were some times where the AI got caught in a weird loop, and we had to kind of redirect it and kind of reprogram it on the fly to make it stop. But I took all of those recommendations and notes from the previous tests and put them into this version, which we'll call version 0.2 of the virtual GM. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to be monitoring the chats. I'm simulcasting on Twitch and YouTube, and then we have a live AI testers, I guess you could call us, in the on our Discord server. So you can find the Discord. I think it's linked in the description of this stream. But anyway, you can go to my website, www.cyborgprime.com, and you can reach our Discord from there. Alrighty, guys. So let's just we'll start the adventure, and I'll go to the chats for suggestions of the next move, and we'll decide what to do next from there. I'll enter it into the computer, and we'll progress like that. I'll try to keep this maybe 2 hours of game, and then afterwards we'll have a round table. We'll talk about some of the pros and cons and things that surprised us and stuff like that. So, all right, let's begin. Before we do begin, does anybody have any questions? Just go ahead and pop them into the chat. There's no stupid question. There's just unasked questions. So feel free to pop them in there, and I will answer to my best ability. Going to enjoy some tea. Okay, here we go. So the first thing the GM asks is, what kind of game do we want? And I've programmed it for these 6 different kinds of genres. And so we're going to do science fiction, because my goal here is to find a way to do solo gaming for Traveler players. one of the things that I noticed a lot is a lot of folks are looking for solo games. They can't find people, they can't find a GM, they can't find other players, whatever. They don't want to go on VTT, they're shy, whatever. They have a weird work schedule, I don't know. Whatever it is, a lot of folks are looking for a way to do solo gaming. And so this is one way I think that it could work. So let's give it a shot here. So we told it we want sci-fi, and it responds, great, you've chosen the science fiction genre for your adventure. Prepare yourself for a thrilling journey through the vastness of space and futuristic technologies. Before we begin, please provide a name you'd like to be known by in the game. If you prefer, I can also generate a unique name for your character. Alright. I want to be Remic Starcross. That's the name of my Eve character. Alright. Okay, here we go. Excellent. From this point on, you shall be known as Remic Starcross in this game. Now, let's set the stage for your adventure. You find yourself aboard the interstellar vessel Stellaris, a state-of-the-art starship renowned for its exploration capabilities. Your current location is the command center, a sleek room filled with holographic displays, control panels, and the hum of advanced technology. Outside the large viewport, you can see the endless expanse of space, studded with distant stars. As you settle into your seat, preparing for your next mission, an urgent transmission blares over the speakers. It's Commander Alexander, your superior officer, appearing on the main view screen. His face wears a grave expression as he addresses the crew. Attention, crew of the Stellaris. We have received a distress signal from the research colony on the distant planet of Epsilon Prime. They are reporting an unknown anomaly causing severe disruptions and endangering the lives of the colonists. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to investigate the situation, neutralize the threat, and ensure the safety of the colony. Time is of the essence. Prepare for immediate departure. Commander Alexander out. The fate of the colonists and the success of your mission now rest in your hands, Remic Starcross. What do you do next? Who am I? Am I the captain? Let's see. Alright, you should be able to hear me now, Sector. Can you hear me in the Discord? Okay, great. And YouTube, can you still hear me? I had to make a little audio adjustment so that folks in the studio could hear me. Just give me a yes or a no or some sort of sign that you're listening. And you can hear me. Okay, not getting any response from the chats. I see only a few people are watching at any rate. That's okay. Okay, folks. Alright, thanks, Erie, for the feedback. Alright, good, we'll start. Okay. You are not the captain of the Stellaris. Instead, you are a skilled and resourceful member of the starship's crew, entrusted with various important tasks. Your specific role aboard the Stellaris is that of a seasoned engineer and technology specialist. Your expertise in handling advanced systems and troubleshooting technical issues makes you a valuable asset to the crew. While you're not the captain, your contributions will be crucial in unraveling the mystery on Epsilon Prime and ensuring the success of the mission. Now, with your role clarified, what would you like to do next? Okay, folks, what should we do next? Go ahead and pop in a suggestion. I'll wait a couple seconds. If I don't get any good suggestions, I'll just make up one of my own. Feel free to suggest anything. Let's see. Let's ask. I'm a seasoned engineer and technology specialist. What is my rank? As an esteemed member of the Stellaris crew, your rank is that of Chief Engineer. Your extensive knowledge and experience in engineering and technology have earned you this esteemed position. You are highly respected among your fellow crew members for your expertise and problem-solving skills. In addition to your rank as Chief Engineer, you hold a position of responsibility within the crew, overseeing the maintenance and functionality of the starship's vital systems. Your expertise will be crucial in navigating the challenges that lie ahead. Alright, let's go back up here. Did we get a name for our ship? Oh, the Stellaris. Alright. Let's... how many crew are aboard the Stellaris? Alright, let's see. The Stellaris is a large and well-equipped starship capable of accommodating a diverse crew to fulfill its mission objectives. Currently, there are a total of 50 crew members aboard the Stellaris, each with their own roles and responsibilities. The crew is composed of various specialists, including scientists, engineers, navigators, medical personnel, security officers, and support staff. Together, you form a cohesive team, relying on each other's expertise to overcome challenges and complete missions. As Chief Engineer, you have interacted and worked closely with many of your fellow crew members, forging both professional and personal relationships along the way. Camaraderie and cooperation among the crew members are vital for the smooth operation of the ship and the accomplishment of your mission. Okay. Alright, I have a suggestion from the spawner. Tell it what you're doing today as engineer and see if it comes up with anything that happens. Alright, that's a good idea. Let's see. Alright, I'm in my seat on the engineering deck, so I guess I'm at the engineering station. Alright, spawner, let's do some engineering analysis. Wait a minute. What's our mission? A distress signal from the research colony on Epsilon Prime. Okay. Alright, let's check the time. Let's synchronize my chronometer with the ship. What time is it? Okay, request to synchronize your chronometer with the ship's time. You check the display on your wrist-mounted device. The ship's internal clock indicates that it is currently 14:30. Okay. Okay, should we, like, want to run a systems check or something from the engineering station? That might be cool. Let's see, run a, let's see, run a systems check from the engineering console. About that. Report all system status. Cool. Alright, let's see what we got. As you approach the engineering console, a holographic interface springs to life before you. The console displays an array of status indicators representing various systems on the Stellaris. You initiate a comprehensive system check to assess the current statuses. Here's the report. Power core. Operating at 98% capacity. Alright. Warp drive. Alright. Why warp drive? Well, because I didn't tell it to specifically simulate Traveler. I want it to come up with because Traveler Yeah, it has its canon and its setting, but I don't want to infringe on that or step on that at all. But I want to have a story that feels like that. And since Traveler tech levels and people's personal universes can vary, I feel like that can work okay. I might integrate that like Traveler specific stuff into the game later, like maybe start the game asking like, who am I and what career do I want to currently be in, maybe, or something like that. Maybe the player in the future version could say, "My name is Remic Starcross. I'm a merchant with 3 terms," and then the AI can figure out what that means from there. But for now, we're just going with kind of like set up a story, and then we'll take on whatever position we need to on the crew. All right, so let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm trying to tell my wife she doesn't have to put the dogs away, but who knows? They might get in the way. Okay, life support. Everything's normal. Navigation systems online and calibrated. Stellaris is on course to Epsilon Prime. Communication systems are operational. Connection with the command center and other crew members established. Sensors are functioning correctly. Shields are active and at maximum capacity. All weapon systems are online. Engineering bay is well equipped. Medical bay is prepared for any potential injuries. Cargo hold contains supplies. Okay. The Stellaris is in good condition and ready for our trip. Okay, let's do that. Let somebody, a person from YouTube, the spawner suggested to look into what Epsilon Prime is like. Okay. Bring up information about Epsilon Prime and the colony we are going to rescue, or we are going to assist. Okay, so bring up information about Epsilon Prime and the colony we're going to assist on my terminal. Well, we have a captain. Yeah, we have the commander or whatever of the ship. So we're not in charge of the expedition, but we can recommend things to the captain, and they will take our recommendation or not and tell us what to do. But the game is not progressing without our input. In other words, right now the game is paused. No clock or timer is happening. So I could go stand up, stretch, go outside, go eat a burrito, come back, and continue the game from where it left off, and no timer will be ticking. The timer's based... I did put a timer in there, but it's based on your moves. And it's supposed to estimate how long it took you to do your move. Otherwise, moves default to 6 seconds. So... Okay, you access the terminal at the engineering console and request information about Epsilon Prime and the colony you're about to assist. The terminal quickly retrieves the relevant data and displays it before you. Epsilon Prime. Epsilon Prime is a remote planet located in the Alpha Centauri system, approximately 4.3 light-years from Earth. Classified as a habitable planet with a breathable atmosphere and diverse ecosystems. The planet has been established as a research colony for scientific exploration and research evaluation. Colony information. Alright, colony name, New Horizons. Population, 500 colonists. Purpose. The colony's primary objective is to conduct research and exploration of Epsilon Prime's unique flora, fauna, and geological features. The colony includes various research labs, residential quarters, agricultural domes, and energy generation systems. A known anomaly. The distress signal received indicates the presence of an unknown anomaly causing disruptions and posing a threat to the colony and its inhabitants. The specifics of the anomaly are not provided in the initial data as it's still under investigation. Okay. No. Yes, we want to know how long ago was the distress signal received, and how long until we reach our destination at current speed. Okay. You access the relevant data on the terminal to retrieve the required information. Distress signal received. The distress signal from the New Horizons colony on Epsilon Prime was received approximately 12 hours ago. The estimated time of arrival, based on the current speed and trajectory of the Stellaris, the estimated time of arrival at Epsilon Prime is approximately 32 hours from now. Please note that this ETA is subject to change depending on any unforeseen factors or course adjustments that may be necessary during the journey. Alright, so 32 hours from now. What are we going to do for 32 hours? Interesting. Okay. I'm going to, while we consider our next move, my wife did put the dogs in the bedroom so they wouldn't go psycho if they saw another dog out on the street. But they are going psycho from the bedroom, so I'm going to go let them out, and I'm going to come right back, and we're going to continue this adventure. So, come up with a move, and train a skill. That's a good idea. So come up with the next move. I'll be right back. I'm not going to put the standby on or anything because I'm really going to be like literally right back. All right. The dogs don't believe that nothing was going on. All right. Here we go. All right. So are we going maximum speed? You have access to the ship's propulsion and can make adjustments. Currently, is operating at a standard cruising speed. If you wish to increase the speed of the ship, alrighty. Let's get our captain's name, and I will ask them if I may increase the speed. Commander Alexander. Let's ask who are the captain and the first officer. Okay, Captain Olivia Quinn, a seasoned and respected leader with a wealth of experience in space exploration and command, known for her decisive decision-making and calm demeanor, she has successfully led numerous missions aboard the Stellaris. First officer is Commander Ethan Ramirez. Commander Ramirez serves as the first officer, second in command to Captain Quinn. With a strong background in technical operations and strategy, provides valuable support to the captain and ensures the efficient functioning of the crew and the ship. Okay, Captain, should I increase Captain at our current speed we will reach Epsilon Prime in approximately 32 hours. Let's see, considering the nature of the mission, should I increase power to the engines so we arrive sooner? Alright, let's see how that goes. Any objections to that move? Okay, here we go. As you present the information to Captain Olivia Quinn regarding the current estimated time of arrival and the nature of the mission, she takes a moment to consider the situation. After thoughtful consideration, she responds. Captain Olivia Quinn, Chief Engineer Remic Starcross, I appreciate your initiative and dedication to the mission. While arriving at Epsilon Prime sooner may seem advantageous, we must also consider the stability and safety of the ship and its systems. Increasing the power to the engines could put undue strain on the ship's infrastructure and risk potential malfunctions during the critical mission ahead. Given the urgency of the situation, I believe our current speed is already optimized for a balance between efficiency and maintaining the stability of the vessel. It is crucial that we arrive at Epsilon Prime with our systems intact and fully operational. We must proceed cautiously to ensure the success of our mission. Alright then, I guess we could pass the time, like we mentioned earlier. Okay. Perform my duties. Perform my duties for the remainder of my shift. How long is that? As Chief Engineer, your shift typically lasts 8 hours. Considering the current time of 2:30 p.m., your shift will conclude at 22:30. During this time, you're responsible for overseeing the maintenance and functionality of the ship's system, addressing any technical issues that may arise, coordinating with your engineering team, and ensuring the smooth operation of vital equipment. Okay. Alright then. Let's do engineering things. Is there something we can do to prep for arrival? That, maybe we should walk around and inspect the ship? Maybe we should go down to the vehicle bay and, inspect the ATVs? Or see what's there and what kinds of vehicles we'll have once we get to the colony? Maybe find some weapons? If there's... Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Sector suggests that we find out if we can find out more about the distress signal. Okay. Alright, let's first let's find out a little bit more about the distress signal, and then we'll talk to our subordinates. Let's see. Check the computer database for information regarding the circumstances behind the distress signal from New Horizons colony. Okay. As you initiate a search of the ship's computer database, you access the relevant files pertaining to the distress signal from the New Horizon colony at Epsilon Prime. After a few moments, the information appears on your terminal screen. Distress signal details. The distress signal received from the New Horizon colonies indicates a sudden and unexplained disruption in the colony's infrastructure and operations. The specifics of the anomaly are not fully understood at this time, as the distress signal was brief and did not provide detailed information. However, preliminary reports from the colony mention the following concerns. Power fluctuations. The colony experienced intermittent power fluctuations, causing disruptions to critical systems. Communications interference. Anomalies in the communication network made it challenging to establish reliable contact with the colony or receive detailed information. Environmental instabilities. Unusual weather patterns and geological disturbances have been observed on Epsilon Prime, possibly linked to the anomaly. Personal disappearances. Several colony members have gone missing under mysterious circumstances with no apparent explanation. Oh, great. We have an anomaly, people disappearing, environmental instabilities. The exact nature and cause of these disturbances remain unknown, necessitating investigation by the crew of the Stellaris. Alright. Do we have access to the colony commander's last log? Let's try that. Okay. As you request access to the colony's commander's last log, you initiate search within the ship's database. After a brief moment, the log entry is located and the text appears on your terminal screen. Log entry, Colonel Commander, New Horizons, 18 hours prior to the distress signal. We are currently facing unprecedented challenges here on Epsilon Prime. The anomaly we have encountered continues to wreak havoc on our operations. Power fluctuations have become more frequent, affecting our ability to sustain vital systems. Communications have become compromised, making it difficult to establish contact with external parties for assistance. We have noticed a disturbing trend of personnel disappearing without any trace. Efforts to investigate the cause have been hindered by the chaotic circumstances surrounding us. Our science team suspects that the anomaly may have some form of influence on these disappearances, but further analysis is required. Environmental instabilities have also escalated, with severe weather patterns and geological disturbances becoming more prevalent. Our ability to maintain a safe and stable living environment is rapidly deteriorating. We send this distress signal in the hopes that assistance will arrive soon. Our priority is to ensure the safety and well-being of the remaining colonists. Time is of the essence as the situation continues to escalate. End of log. The distressing log entry provides insight into the deteriorating conditions faced by the New Horizons colony and underscores the urgency of your mission to provide aid and investigate the anomaly. Alright. Somebody suggested a little inspection. Alright. Captain, I am going to meet with my staff in engineering. May I be excused? Certainly, Chief Engineer. Your presence in engineering is essential for coordinating efforts and addressing any technical challenges. You're excused to attend your meeting with your staff. Please keep me updated on any significant developments or requirements that may arise. We shall reconvene later to discuss the mission further. As you make your way to the engineering section, you join your dedicated team to discuss the mission and strategize the best course of action. Your expertise and leadership are vital in ensuring the ship's systems are functioning. Okay. How many staff do I have under me? Of that amount, how many are currently on duty? Okay, as chief engineer, you have a dedicated team of engineers and technicians working under you. Your engineering staff consists of 15 individuals who possess various specialties and expertise in different aspects of ship systems. Currently, during your shift, 7 members of your engineering team are on duty, actively attending to their assigned tasks. Okay, team. I want you to break up into 2-man teams and perform a top to bottom inspection of the ship. Inspect it visually, check out relevant subsystems, and report back here in what, 4 hours? Capiche? Alright, crew. Capiche? Alright, crew, I want you to break up in 2-man teams and perform a top-to-bottom inspection of the ship. Inspect it visually, check out relevant subsystems, and report back here in 4 hours. I want the ship in tip-top shape when we arrive at Epsilon Prime. Understand? As you address your engineering team, they listen attentively and acknowledge your instructions. Understood, Chief Engineer. We will form 2-man teams and conduct a comprehensive inspection of the ship, visually examining all areas and assessing the relevant subsystems. We will ensure that the Stellaris is in optimal condition for our arrival at Epsilon Prime, and will report back to you in 4 hours with our findings. Your team disperses, organizing themselves into pairs and setting off to execute assigned tasks. They carry out the inspection diligently, checking each section of the ship thoroughly and examining the critical systems and components. During the inspection, they pay close attention to power distribution, life support, propulsion, communications, navigation, and other vital subsystems. They also inspect structural integrity, environmental controls, and any areas prone to wear and tear. After 4 hours, your engineering team reconvenes in the designated meeting area to report their findings and addresses any concerns. Okay, team. Okay, team leaders. Report. Okay, as your engineering team leaders gather to report their findings, they provide an overview of their inspection and highlight any significant discoveries. Here is the report from each team leader. Team Leader 1. We conducted a thorough inspection of the power distribution system, including the main power core, auxiliary generators, and distribution panels. All systems appear to be functioning within normal parameters, with no immediate issues detected. We did, however, notice some minor fluctuations in one of the secondary generators. We recommend further monitoring and analysis to ensure stability. Team Leader 2. Our focus was on the life support and environmental control systems. We checked the atmospheric filters, temperature regulation, and oxygen supply. Everything appears to be operating smoothly, maintaining optimal conditions throughout the ship. No malfunctions or anomalies were detected during our inspection. Team Leader 3. We examine the propulsion systems, including the warp drive and maneuvering thrusters. All components are in good working order, and there were no signs of degradation or abnormalities. We verified the calibration and alignment, ensuring they are ready for the journey for Epsilon Prime. Team Leader 4. Our inspection covered the communication systems, both internal and external. We tested the transmission and reception capabilities, and all channels are functioning correctly. We did, however, identify a minor glitch in the long-range communication array, which we believe can be resolved with simple recalibration. Team Leader 5, we focused on the navigation systems, including stellar cartography and navigational sensors. We verified their accuracy and functionality. No issues were found during the inspection, and the systems are providing precise data for our journey to Epsilon Prime. Overall, the reports indicate that the Stellaris is in good condition with only minor concerns. Alright. Alright. Team 1. Team 1, go repair the secondary generators. Team 1, take a repair crew and fix those secondary generators. Team Team 4, take a repair crew and get that communications array back to 100%. Okay. I guess this is what I say. Thank you for the detailed reports, team leaders. Based on your findings, we will address the identified issues promptly. Here are the assignments. Team 1, please gather a repair crew and proceed to the secondary generators. Focus on resolving the minor fluctuations we detected. Ensure the stability and functionality of the generators before we reach Epsilon Prime. Team 4, assemble a repair crew and address the glitch in the long-range communications array. Perform the necessary recalibration and restore it to full functionality. We need reliable communications capabilities for our mission. Both teams, please prioritize these tasks and allocate the necessary resources to complete them efficiently. Report back to me once the repairs are complete or if any significant obstacles are encountered during the process. Your team leaders acknowledge the instructions and proceed to organize their respective crews. They quickly gathered the required resources and head to their designated areas to carry out the repairs. As the repairs are underway, you have the opportunity to oversee the progress, offer guidance, or attend to any other pressing matters. Okay, guys, what are we going to do next? We still have a while before we make it to Epsilon Prime. So, would you like... So, let's see. Maybe we could talk to the science officer and ask him what he thinks about the anomaly, what could be causing the anomaly, or maybe if our science officer has any insight into the problem. What do you guys think? YouTube, Twitch, anybody? Okay. If nobody has a move, then I say let's wander down to the science officer. Who is the science officer on duty? You access the ship's personnel roster to retrieve the information. The science officer Currently on duty is Dr. Evelyn Rodriguez. Dr. Rodriguez is a highly skilled and knowledgeable scientist with expertise in various fields, including exobiology, geology, and atmospheric sciences. She plays a crucial role in analyzing and interpreting scientific data, conducting research, and providing valuable insights during exploration missions. Okay. What do we do? What do we call it to call another? Do we just call Dr. Evelyn? Or do we communicate with her? Or do we... what do we call that? Just calling her? Call computer, hail Dr. Rodriguez, and patch her into this terminal. How's that sound? Okay, here's a little glitch. Sometimes it tells us that. I have to clarify, I'm an AI model and cannot directly initialize a real-time communication. Yes, I can, however, simulate a conversation or interaction with Dr. Yes. Remember, this is a RPG simulation, so always simulate a response for the player's action. I was hoping not to have to give it any like real-time reprogramming. Alright, my apologies. In the context of our RPG simulation, I will simulate the responses. Okay. You activate the ship's communication system and initiate a hail to Dr. Rodriguez. After a brief moment, her face appears on the terminal screen, but the audio link is established. Dr. Rodriguez. This is Dr. Rodriguez. I received your hail, Chief Engineer Starcross. How can I assist you? Hello, Doctor. I just wanted to pick your brain a bit regarding the New Horizons situation. Of course. I'm here to provide any insight or information I can regarding the situation. On what specific aspects or questions Dr. Rodriguez appears eager to share her knowledge and expertise. Are you familiar with the final log and contents of the distress signal? Yes, I'm familiar with the final log and the distress signal from New Horizons. The distress signal was brief but conveyed several concerning aspects of the situation. The colony's commander's final entry mentioned power fluctuations, communications interference, environmental instabilities, and unexplained personnel disappearances. She pauses briefly, collecting her thoughts. While the distress signal didn't provide detailed specifics, it suggests a complex and potentially interconnected series of events. The anomalies experienced by the colony indicated disruption of the planet's environmental equilibrium and the functioning of critical systems. Dr. Rodriguez leans in, her voice filled with a mix of concern and scientific curiosity. Understanding the nature and cause of these disturbances will be crucial in formulating an effective response and ensuring the safety of both the colonists and the crew of the Stellaris. Doctor, do you have any theories on the nature of the anomaly? Dr. Rodriguez, indeed, Chief Engineer. I have been examining the available data and formulating some preliminary theories regarding the nature of the anomaly in Epsilon Prime. However, it's important to note that without further investigation and more data, these theories remain speculative. She takes a moment to gather her thoughts before continuing. One possibility is that the anomaly is related to some form of localized energy disturbance, potentially stemming from the planet's geological activity or even an external source. Such disturbances could lead to power fluctuations, environmental instabilities, and communications interference. Dr. Rodriguez's expression grows more thoughtful as she explores another possibility. Another theory is that the anomaly may have an underlying biological or environmental cause. It's possible that unique organisms or environmental factors native to Epsilon Prime are interacting in unforeseen ways, leading to the observed disruption and personnel disappearances. She pauses briefly, then concludes, These are just initial hypotheses based on the limited information available. More detailed analysis and on-site investigation will be essential. As we gather more evidence, we can collaborate further. Doctor? Damn it, Doctor! People just don't disappear. Wait, people don't just... Damn it, Doctor! People don't just disappear. There has to be an explanation. I understand. I understand your frustration, Chief Engineer. You're right. People don't simply vanish without a trace. Rest assured, we're committed to uncovering the truth behind the disappearances on Epsilon Prime. While the immediate cause may elude us at the moment, we will work diligently to investigate and gather more information. She maintains a reassuring tone, acknowledging the gravity of the situation. There is always an explanation, even if it is currently beyond our understanding. It is our duty to discover the truth and ensure the safety of the colonists. Dr. Rodriguez pauses for a moment, then continues with determination. We will apply rigorous scientific methods, collaborate with the crew, and explore every avenue available to unravel this mystery. Together we will bring clarity to the situation and find a solution. Okay. Thank you, Doctor. Chief Starcross out. Unless there's something else we want to ask the Doctor. You're welcome. If you have any more questions or require foot, don't hesitate to reach out. Stay focused and let's work together to unravel this anomaly. The communications link with Dr. Rodriguez is terminated and you disconnect from the conversation. With your exchange concluded, you can now proceed with your duties or address any of the matters on the ship. Okay. Is Epsilon Prime currently within sensor range? As Chief Engineer, you consult the ship's sensor readings to determine the current range and visibility to Epsilon Prime. After a quick check, you find that Epsilon Prime is within the Stellaris' sensors range, allowing for the collection of data and observations from a distance. While the ship's sensors can provide valuable information about the planet, its environment, and any notable anomalies, they do have limitations. How far are we away, and how much longer until we arrive? How much time has passed since we started the mission? As you inquire about the distance to Epsilon Prime and the time remaining till arrival. You access the ship's navigation systems and internal clock to retrieve. Based on our current trajectory and speed, the Stellaris is approximately 2 light hours away from Epsilon Prime. At the current speed, it is estimated that the Stellaris will reach Epsilon Prime in 30 hours. Only like 2 hours have passed. Taking into account the time period elapsed since the start of the mission, includes the initial distress signal and subsequent response, approximately 24 hours has passed. Okay. I asked it to come up with a score based on any notable things we've managed to do. So let's see what our score is. Oh, our score is 0. Wah, wah, wah. Yikes. Okay, since the game is still in its early stages and you haven't encountered significant obstacles or achieved major story milestones, remember your score will evolve. Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's fine. Whatever. Whatever, computer. Alrighty. Alright, so Epsilon Prime is within scanner range. Scan Epsilon Prime for signs of the colony. You instruct the ship sensors to perform a detailed scan of Epsilon Prime to search for any signs of the New Horizons colony. The sensors deploy a range of detection capabilities, including visual, thermal, and electromagnetic scans. After a thorough analysis, the sensor readings indicate the presence of a settlement consistent with the New Horizons colony designated location on Epsilon Prime. The readings show structures, energy signatures, and sign of human habitation. While the scan confirms the existence of the colony, it does not provide specific details about its current condition or the extent of the disturbances. Okay? Scan Epsilon Prime. Scan Epsilon Prime for signs of the anomaly. Okay. As Chief Engineer Remic Starcross, you order a focus scan of Epsilon Prime to search for any signs of the anomaly mentioned in the distress signal. The ship sensors activate specialized scanning protocols and begin analyzing the planet's environment. After an extensive analysis, the sensor readings reveal irregularities and disturbances across various areas of Epsilon Prime. These anomalies include unusual energy fluctuations, atypical geological readings, and abnormal weather patterns. The exact nature and cause of these anomalies require further investigation. Alright? It's clear that Epsilon Prime is indeed experiencing the effects of an anomaly, confirming the validity of the distress signal. Okay. Computer is Epsilon Prime in communications range of the Stellaris. You consult the ship's communication systems to determine if Epsilon Prime is within the current communications range. After analyzing the data, it is determined that Epsilon Prime is indeed within the communications range. You should be able to establish reliable communications. Okay. Computer. Oops. Computer. Hail the... wait. Computer. Who is my counterpart on the New Horizons project? Dr. Carter serves as the chief scientist and project lead. Okay. All right. So if you're just joining us, we're about an hour into our demo of the AI-powered virtual GM, which is a project I've been working on for a few weeks. This is version 0.2. I've put some of the improvements into the system, and they seem to be playing out. One thing I'm noticing is maybe some repetition in the storylines. A couple of the storylines have involved anomalies from the previous tests. In fact, the previous test was an anomaly in space that made everybody disappear. This one is a colony and everyone has disappeared. So, yes, and then it has also reused the name of Epsilon Prime, so I'm going to look into why it's done that. It's not supposed to carry anything over from any of the... This is a freshly spun up chatbot, so... All right. If anybody has any questions, what we're doing is I'm collecting. I'm reading the response. We're reviewing them together here on the channel in real time. And if anybody out there in Twitch land or YouTube land has any suggestions, feel free to pop them in the chat, and I will do my best to make those things happen, so that we can test this thing out together, because honestly, doing this by myself is a pain, and don't have enough like brain power to come up with every possible idea. So yeah, all right, cool. If anybody has additional questions, comments, tips, anything like that, please feel free to pop them in the comments on YouTube or over on Twitch, or you can join us in the studio on Discord. There are links to Discord from our YouTube channel, and I think from our Twitch channel as well. And there might even be links in the description of this live stream right now. Okie dokie, folks. Let's continue. So I've asked about... The reason I asked about who my counterpart is because I wanted to communicate with them. Computer, send a hail to Dr. Carter. Wait a minute. Dr. Carter is not my counterpart. Who is the lead? Who is the senior engineering officer for the New Horizons colony? Thanks, Hector, for verifying that. The Discord link is in the YouTube description. So feel free to come in and pop in and join us in the stream from wherever you prefer. The more the merrier. I'm really hoping that this machine that I'm building will help people with solo gaming. So let's keep giving it a try. All right. So who's the senior engineering officer for the New Horizon colony? Yeah, don't forget to come into the DevLab channel when you come to the Discord server. As you inquire about the Senior Engineering Officer for the New Horizons colony, you access the relevant information regarding the personnel. The Senior Engineering Officer is Dr. Jonathan Reynolds. Dr. Reynolds is a highly experienced engineer. All right. He is responsible for many... Okay, good. Computer... Hail... Dr. Reynolds. Yes, we know that. Let's just regenerate. Worse and worse. What was the issue? Please continue the simulation of an RPG game. Do not remind me we are playing a game, if I ask to contact a character, decide if they are available and can respond or not, then simulate the outcome. Neither answer is better. Okay. This is an RPG simulation. You are the GM. You are responsible for the dialogue of all the characters besides the player character. Okay. Alright. In that case, as the game master, I will simulate a conversation. Okay, good. Let's give it a good. Always respond as either the GM narrating or as a character the player is interacting with. Always respond, always indicate the person you are speaking as. How about that? Alright. Dr. Reynolds. This is Dr. Reynolds. I received your hail. How can I assist you? He appears on screen wearing a lab coat with a focused expression, ready to discuss any matters. Doctor, we received a distress call and are en route to respond with help. Please describe your current status. Thank you for reaching out, Chief Engineer. Our situation here has been challenging. We've been experiencing disruptions and anomalies that have affected our operations and put the colony at risk. He takes a moment to gather his thoughts. Power fluctuations become increasingly frequent, affecting our ability to maintain stable systems. Communications interference has made it difficult to establish reliable contact with external parties, including potential sources of assistance. Dr. Reynolds continues, his tone reflecting a mix of concern and determination. We've also had several personnel disappearances under mysterious circumstances, which have left us in a state of uncertainty and heightened alertness. He pauses and adds, despite these challenges, we are doing our best to maintain order, secure critical infrastructure, and support the remaining colonists. We eagerly anticipate. Doctor, please transmit a roster of your crew, your current. Please transmit your current roster of colonists and indicate which have gone missing and the circumstances of their disappearance as far as you know. How's that sound? Doctor, please transmit your current roster of colonists and indicate which ones have gone missing. Sometimes that happens, and it usually is just because maybe the ChatGPT is overloaded. Certainly, I will transmit the current roster of colonists to your terminal. Please give me a moment. Dr. Reynolds initiates a data transfer. Soon the roster appears on your terminal screen. It includes the names, roles, and assigned tasks of all the colonists at the New Horizons colony. After reviewing the roster, Dr. Reynolds the roster, Dr. Reynolds provides additional information regarding the missing colonists. Regrettably, we have had 3 colonists go missing under mysterious circumstances. Here are the details. Colonist Emma Simmons, a botanist. Emma was last seen near the colony's greenhouse. Her disappearance was discovered during routine checks when it was noticed that she did not report for her scheduled duties. Okay, colonist James Sullivan, mechanical engineer. James was reported missing after failing to return from a routine maintenance task in the lower levels of the colony. There were no signs of any struggle or equipment malfunctions in the area. Rebecca Martinez, the communications officer. Rebecca was last seen in the communications control room. She was in the middle of troubleshooting a communications malfunction when she suddenly vanished. There were no signs of forced entry or any equipment malfunctions. Dr. Reynolds pauses, his expression showing concern. These disappearances have raised significant alarm within the colony. We've conducted thorough searches and investigations, but there are no clear leads or explanations at this time. He looks at you with a hint of hope. We are counting on your expertise and the resources of the Stellaris to help us shed light on these mysterious events. Okay. All right. All right, what do we do next? Do we assure the doctor, give him assurances, or do we try to, I don't know, do we try to, we can go back to our, I suppose we can go back to our stateroom. Let's ask how much more time is left on my shift. How much time is left on my work shift? Three hours remaining, okay. Okay, Doctor, have you noticed any patterns or anything in common with the disappearances? We have been investigating the disappearances extensively, but thus far we haven't identified any clear patterns or commonalities. The disappearances seem to have occurred under different circumstances with no apparent connection. One possible common thread we have observed is that all 3 individuals were working alone at the time of their disappearances. However, important to note that this observation may be coincidental. Okay. Dr. Reynolds continues, his tone tinged with a mix of concern and determination. We have engaged our security team, who are working diligently to review security footage and analyze any available data to aid in the investigation. It's our hope that with the expertise and resources of the Stellaris, we can uncover more information and discern any patterns or underlying causes behind these incidents. Okay. All right then. Okay, Doctor, please feel free to contact me if you have any further developments before we arrive. Oh, that's a good suggestion. Okay, so Sector at the Discord server has suggested that we suggest that nobody work alone for the time being. Okay? Okay, Doctor, please feel free to contact me if any further developments before we arrive. And may I suggest you implement a buddy system for the time being. Thank you, Chief Engineer. I appreciate your suggestion. That's an excellent idea. We will immediately implement a buddy system for all activities within the colony. It will help ensure the safety and well-being of our remaining personnel and minimize the risks associated with working alone. He nods with a hint of gratitude. I will keep you informed of any significant developments or discoveries before your arrival. We are eager to collaborate and work together to resolve these mysteries. Very well. Dr. Starcross out. Understood, Chief Engineer. Stay safe, and we look forward to your arrival. Dr. Reynolds out. The communications link between Dr. Reynolds is terminated, and you're left to continue with your duties aboard the Stellaris. As the Chief Engineers, you have the opportunity to address any remaining tasks or concerns before reaching Epsilon Prime. Okay, what do we do next? Shall we kill time until we arrive at Epsilon Prime? Maybe we can prepare some probes or drones. I don't know. What do you think? I'll wait a moment. While you guys ponder your move. Okay, looks like we got some chats coming in. Feel free to chat us on the through Twitch or through Discord. I am monitoring both places. And Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. We are simultaneously simulcasting in all three places, so you can join in from any place that is convenient and help us rescue the colony and determine what happened to the colonists of Epsilon Prime. All right, somebody suggested we do a full spectrum scan and chemical components, looking for anything that shouldn't be there. Well, we have the anomalies, so it shouldn't be there, but yes, let's do a more detailed scan. Alrighty. Simulate. We had some luck with this last time. Simulate the computer screen. Using Markdown. Display the sensor controls. All right. All right, pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Okay. Sensor controls. The Stellaris sensor interface. Sensor readings. Distance to Epsilon Prime. 2 light hours remaining. Time remaining until arrival. 30 hours. Time passed since mission start. Okay. Available sensor modes. Visual scan. Thermal scan. Electromagnetic scan. Anomaly detection. Current sensor mode. Visual scan. Target selection. Epsilon Prime. Initiating scan. Okay. Please present the results of the scan. Using down. Please simulate the results of the scan using mark. Okay. Structures detected, yes. Energy signatures present, yes. Signs of human habitation confirmed. Thermal scan report. Epsilon Prime. Elevated temperature readings in certain areas. Potential heat anomalies detected near energy sources. Electromagnetic scan report. Epsilon Prime. Unusual electromagnetic fluctuations observed. Interference detected in certain frequency ranges. Anomaly detection report. Epsilon Prime. Multiple anomalies detected across the planet. Energy fluctuations. Alright. Okay. Okay then, let's scan display display any abnormal readings on my computer simulation with markdown. Okay. Oh, interesting. Unidentified structures, unusual architectural patterns, strange energy signatures, intense heat pockets in unexpected areas, anomalous high temperature gradients, severe electromagnetic unexplained interference. Okay. Multiple unidentified anomalies detected, unstable energy fluctuations, irregular geological readings, abnormal weather patterns. Okay. This is really cool. Perform a detailed scan of the unidentified structures and display the simulated results on my computer terminal. Okay. Structure 1, large. Material composition unknown. Energy signature unstable. Internal heat distribution abnormal. Highly intricate and non-standard architectural design. Structural integrity appears compromised. Okay. Structure 2, medium. Material composition unknown. Energy signature faint. Internal heat distribution uniform. Architectural design geometrically complex. Appears intact. Structure number 3, small. Unknown. No energy signature. No internal heat distribution. Seems organic and irregular and appears stable. Okay. Alright. Contact Dr. Reynolds. You initiate a... Okay, this is... As a game master, I'll simulate the communications with Dr. Reynolds on your behalf. You initiate a communications link with Dr. Reynolds, and after a short wait, his image appears on your terminal screen. Dr. Reynolds. This is Dr. Reynolds. How can I assist you, Chief Engineer Starcross? Dr. Reynolds, we have conducted a detailed scan of the unidentified structures on Epsilon Prime. Here are the results. These findings are quite intriguing, Chief Engineer. The intricate and non-standard design of Structure 1, along with its compromised structural integrity, suggests that it may have undergone significant disturbances. We should exercise caution when approaching it. Structure 2 seems more stable, but its energy signature raises questions about its purpose or function. Lastly, Structure 3's organic and irregular design is puzzling, especially since it lacks any detectable energy signature. Agreed, Dr. Reynolds. The structures warrant further investigation. I'll coordinate with the away team to gather more information and assess the potential risks and opportunities present. We'll proceed with caution and prioritize the safety of our personnel. Dr. Reynolds. Excellent, Chief Engineer. Please keep me informed of any significant discovery. We're counting on your expertise. Stay safe. Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. I'll make sure to provide you with regular update. Let's work together to unravel the secrets of Epsilon Prime. Chief Engineer Starcross out. Okay, contact, Dr. Reynolds, once more. Sorry to bother you, but were you aware of these, structures before you built the colony here? Okay. Hello, Roger in Twitchland. What we're doing here is I've made this ChatGPT virtual AI-powered virtual GM, and we're testing it out for solo gaming purposes. And since I'm a big traveler nerd, we're doing a science-based adventure. And so I'm soliciting moves from the viewers. So if you think of anything or want to chime in, anybody who's watching on any of the channels on YouTube or Twitch or over on Discord, feel free to chime in. You're also welcome to come join us on Discord and hop into the Dev Lab and join me and some of the other people from the community. We're all friendly, spacefaring folks. Anyway, welcome, and thank you for joining us. So, yeah, watch out for Sector. He bites with a Y. Okay. So, all right. This is Dr. Reynolds. What can I assist you with, Chief Engineer Starcross? Dr. Reynolds, I have a question regarding the unidentified structures on Epsilon Prime. Were you aware of their existence before the establishment of the New Horizons colony? Dr. Reynolds pauses for a moment, contemplating your question. To be completely transparent, Chief Engineer Starcross, we did not have prior knowledge of these structures. They were not identified during the initial survey of Epsilon Prime, nor were they mentioned in any previous reports or records. The sudden discovery of these structures has taken us by surprise and has become a focal point of our investigation. Thank you for your honesty, Dr. Reynolds. It appears that these structures hold significant importance and could be directly related to the anomalies affecting the colony. We will continue our efforts to gather more information and determine their nature and purpose. Understood, Chief Engineer. Please exercise caution and keep me informed of any new findings or insights. We need to understand the implications of these structures in order to ensure the safety and stability of the colony. If there's anything I can do to assist you, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. I appreciate your support. We'll remain diligent. With the communications concluded. Okay. use the sensors to create a detailed map of the colony and surrounding areas. Place markers for the unidentified structures, as well as the main colony site. How's that sound? Alrighty. Let's see. I'll simulate the creation. Okay, here's a representation of the map. Location, coordinates, features, residential buildings. This is cool. Okay, residential buildings, administrative center, research facilities, power generation. Unidentified structure. Location 1, coordinates, large, intricate. Okay, description 2, coordinates, surrounding area, terrain. Okay, now it's not supposed to put description in here. Okay. Please replace all placeholders with relevant info. Look at that. Okay. Super cool. Alright. Colony map. Location, latitude, longitude, residential buildings, administrative center, research facilities, power generation. Alright. Structure 1, location, latitude, longitude, description, large okay, good. Terrain, hilly terrain with rocky outcrops, vegetation, sparse vegetation, mainly hardy shrubs and grasses. Nearby cliffs and a small river to the east. Unusual electromagnetic fluctuations detected throughout the area. Okay. Very cool. How far away are the structures from the colony? Not 90 meters and they didn't notice? I'm gonna confront. Should we confront the engineer? Contact Dr. Reynolds. Sorry to bother. Sorry to bother you. I apologize for the interruption, but I have a quick question. Could you please provide me with the distance between the main colony and the unidentified structures? Yes. Okay, that matches up. Dr. Reynolds, how can you explain an unidentified structure a mere 90 meters from the colony and has gone unnoticed? Can you explain how let's try that. I understand your concern, Engineer Starcross. It is indeed surprising that an unidentified structure located only 90 meters from the colony has gone unnoticed until now. We've been conducting regular surveys and monitoring activities, but these structures somehow managed to evade detection. He furrows his brow, contemplating the situation. One possible explanation could be that the structures have some form of advanced camouflage or shielding technology that made them difficult to detect by conventional means. It's also possible that there were external factors or anomalies interfering with our previous scans, preventing us from identifying them. Dr. Reynolds pauses, then continues. Rest assured, we are thoroughly reviewing our past data and conducting further investigations to determine how these structures remain hidden. We will take necessary measures to enhance our detection capabilities and ensure a more comprehensive survey in the surrounding area. Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. I appreciate your prompt response and the steps you're taking to address this matter. Let's work together to understand the nature and significance of these structures and minimize any potential risks that may pose to the colony. Absolutely, Chief Engineer Starcross. We're committed to the safety and well-being of our personnel. If you need any further assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, thank you, Dr. Reynolds. Chief Engineer, out. Okay. How much time is left to my work shift? Two hours, okay. What should we do with our remaining 2 hours to our shift? What? Any suggestions, Twitters? Any suggestions, YouTubers? I'm here for you. This is your test. It's my test, but it's your test. It's your test, but it's my test. We're sharing the test. What do you think so far? What do you think of our virtual GM so far? I'm impressed. There's been a couple of breakdowns where we had to remind it what it was doing. But overall, I'm enjoying the story. The time is kind of passing slowly. I have programmed it to advance the time if we want to. We can say, wait 2 hours, or wait until we arrive at the destination. So those are ways we can kind of like advance the clock if we want to. So any other suggestions? I will wait. Otherwise, I will continue just going along. Okay. There's a suggestion from one of the folks on our Twitch stream. Sectors suggests we check the status of the colony systems. Okay. I'm going to computer patch the Stellaris computer establish a link with the main computer at the New Horizons colony and request a status report showing the current condition of the colony, its crew, and all major subsystems. How's that sound? All right, this is cool now that the computer's been simulating computer screens for us. All right, you request the Stellaris computer to establish a link with the main computer at the New Horizons colony. After a few moments, the connection is established and a status report begins to stream onto your screen. Colony, New Horizons, current population, 67. 67? Okay. Total crew, 58. Crew on duty, 38. Crew on standby, 12. Crew in rest quarters, 8. What's the discrepancy between the total crew and the current population? Life support systems, status operational, oxygen stable, air filtration normal. Power systems. Status operational. Power outputs optimal. Communication system partially operational. Signal strength at 80%. Efforts to restore full functionality is ongoing. Okay. Environmental controls operational and stable. Food production operational and on schedule. Medical facilities operational and sufficient supplies. Security system operational, low threat level. 6 anomalies detected. Research and analysis are ongoing. A computer, do you see any relationship between the location of the anomalies and the unidentified structures? You inquire whether the computer sees any relationship. The computer analyzes the available data and provides a response. Based on the available data and spatial analysis, there appears to be a correlation between the locations of the anomaly and the proximity to the unidentified structure. The majority of the detected anomalies are concentrated within close proximity to these structures, suggesting a potential relationship between them. However, further investigation and analysis are required. Okay. Alright. Computer, are we within range of firing a science probe? To the surface of Epsilon Prime. Affirmative. The Stellaris is currently within range to deploy a science probe to the surface of Epsilon Prime. The probe can be launched and directed to gather specific data. However, it's important to note that launching the probe may come with certain risks. Okay. Okay. Or the need for precise targeting to avoid damage to the probe. Please keep in mind that launching a science probe requires coordinations and decision-making with the bridge crew. Okay. Contact the science officer. Hold on. Contact my engineering team and instruct them to upgrade systems on a standard science probe. Okay, so what I want to do here, I think, is I want to try to fire. I want to build an engineering probe that has specialized scanners on it that are adapted to detect or scan the anomalies. Okay, so I guess that's how we say it then. On a standard science probe. Give them the data we have already gathered from the anomalies and instruct them to tune the probe's sensors so that they are specialized for scanning the anomalies. I don't know, what do you think? Contact my engineering team and instruct them to upgrade systems on a standard science probe. Give them the data we already have gathered from the anomalies and instruct them to tune the probe sensors so that they are specialized for scanning the anomalies. Sounds good? Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh, we got some stuff here. All right. You request the Stellaris computer to establish a communication link with your engineering team. After a brief moment, the link is established, and you hear the voices of your team members coming through. Engineering team, this is Chief Engineer Starcross. I have an important task for you. We're going to upgrade a standard science probe to enhance its capabilities for scanning the anomalies on Epsilon Prime. I need you to take the data we have gathered so far and tune the probe sensors to specialize in scanning and analyzing the anomalies. Engineering team member. Understood, Chief Engineer. We'll get right on it. Could you provide us with the specific data we should incorporate into the probe sensors? What that will help us fine-tune the calibration. Certainly, I'll transmit the relevant data to your consoles. You should receive it shortly. Use that information to optimize the probe sensors for anomaly detection and analysis. I want the probe to be capable of capturing detailed readings and capturing any significant variations or patterns within the anomalies. Engineering team member. Receive the data, Chief Engineer. We'll work on the upgrades and report back once we've completed the modifications. Excellent. Make sure to work efficiently but safely. If you encounter any challenges or need further guidance, don't hesitate to reach out. Keep me informed of your progress, and once you're done, we'll proceed with the deployment of the upgraded probe. Will do, Chief Engineer. We'll get to work right away. With the communications concluded, you're in... Okay. Now, the computer can't initiate something, like it can't say, oh, you're getting incoming communications. So what we got to do is like prompt it and do check if I have any messages. The Stellaris computer. Chief Engineer Starcross, you have one new message in your inbox. Would you like me to display it? Please read the message. Certainly. Sender Dr. Jonathan Reynolds, the New Horizons colony. Oh, cool. Urgent. Anomaly activity. Chief Engineer Starcross, we have detected a significant increase in anomaly activity near the colony. Unusual energy readings, atmospheric disturbances, and sporadic power fluctuations have been observed. We suspect that these anomalies are directly related to the unidentified structures you discovered. Exercise extreme caution as you proceed with your investigation and ensure the safety of the crew. We are currently working on analyzing the data to determine the nature of the potential implications of the anomalies. I highly recommend coordinating closely with our team and sharing any relevant findings. Stay vigilant, Chief Engineer. The safety of both the Stellaris and the New Horizons colony is of utmost. That concludes the message. Shall I mark it as read? Yes. Mark it as read, please. Alrighty. Alright, stored my message archive. Alrighty, now what? Any suggestions? We're coming up on the 2-hour mark. I might wrap this up at 2 hours, or at least go into the roundtable mode if people want to discuss what's been going on or their observations. We didn't get a big attendance, but you know, it's the first live stream, and folks can always tune in later, so they probably didn't care about being here live. Anyway, all right. Let's continue. At least Sector's here with me. I can always count on. Thank you, Sector. All right. So, 30 minutes left until the end of the shift. Okay. Spend the final 30 minutes of my shift tidying up my office, putting away tools, and getting ready for somebody to relieve me. All right. Alrighty. As the final 30 minutes of your shift approach, you diligently focus on tidying up your office, organizing your tools, and preparing for a smooth transition with the incoming relief. You carefully stow away any loose items, ensuring they are stored safely in their designated places. You take a few moments to review any unfinished tasks, making notes for the next shift. As you complete the last of your tidying up, you glance at the clock and realize that your shift is about to end. You take a deep breath, satisfied with your preparations and ready to hand over the responsibility to the next engineer on duty. With everything in order and your office tidy, you eagerly await the arrival of your relief. Soon they will take over and continue. All right. Who is relieving me? Are they here yet? Whoops, I spelt relieving all crazy. Thankfully, it is pretty forgiving. A few minutes before the end of your shift, the door to your office opens, and engineer Sarah Mitchell enters. She is a skilled and experienced engineer, known for her attention to detail and problem-solving. Engineer Sarah Mitchell. Chief Engineer Starcross, I'm here to relieve you. Sorry for the slight delay. I had to finish up a few tasks before coming here. No problem, Engineer Mitchell. I appreciate your dedication. I've already tidied up and prepared everything for the transition. You'll find all the necessary tools and information organized. If you need any assistance, feel free to ask. Thank you, Chief Engineer. I'm confident I can handle the responsibilities. I'll familiarize myself with the ongoing tasks and review the status reports. You can count on a smooth handover. As you hand over the relevant documents and brief Engineer Mitchell on critical updates on the ongoing projects, you feel reassured that the transition will be seamless. Great, I'm confident you'll do an excellent job. If there's anything urgent or requiring any guidance, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm just a communication away. Thank you, Chief Engineer Starcross. I appreciate your trust and support. I'll keep you informed. With the handover complete, you bid Engineer Mitchell farewell, knowing that the Stellaris is in capable hands. As you leave the office, you head towards your rest quarters, ready to rest and recharge for the next shift. I'm feeling a bit peckish. How about you? Let's take a detour to the cafeteria / mess hall? As you make your way towards your rest quarters, you decide to take a slight detour and head towards the cafeteria mess hall for a quick refreshment before ending your shift. The cafeteria is a bustling area where crew members gather to socialize, enjoy meals, and take a break from their duties. As you enter the cafeteria, the aroma of freshly prepared food fills the air, and the sounds of conversations and laughter echo throughout the space. The crew members acknowledge your presence with nods and smiles, recognizing you as the chief engineer of the Stellaris. You approach the food stations and browse the array of options available. From a variety of hot and cold dishes to snacks and beverages, the cafeteria offers a wide selection to cater to the different tastes and preferences. You select a nourishing meal and a beverage of your choice before finding a table to relax and savor your food. While enjoying your meal, you have a chance to observe the crew members interacting, sharing stories, and unwinding from their respective duties. The vibrant atmosphere and camaraderie remind you of the strong sense of community that thrives aboard the Stellaris. After finishing your meal and taking a moment to relax, you check the time and realize that it's almost the end of your shift. I've already finished my shift. With a refreshed mind, you make your way back towards your rest quarters, ready to rest and recharge. Okay. My shift was already over when I came to the cafeteria. Oh no, it was actually a few minutes before when my relief came. All right. All right. Upon reaching the quarter, you settle in a comfortable space where you can unwind and relax. The room is equipped with a cozy bed, personal console, and other amenities to ensure your comfort. Take a moment to reflect on the events of your shift. As you lay down in the bed, you feel the fatigue from your shift gradually fade away. The quiet and peaceful atmosphere of your rest quarters allows you to rejuvenate and prepare for the challenges ahead. All right. Yeah, I think what it did was I think we confused it. I think it was originally right because we were relieved a few minutes before the end of our shift. Then we went to the cafeteria. It was maybe technically still during our shift, and then we told it wasn't, so we might have messed it up. But it's just like a regular GM. Sometimes the GM gets confused, right? And you got to go, no, remember we left our books on the ship, or remember we forgot to. Well, the players rarely forget to say, remember we forgot to lock the shuttle. Yeah, but anyway, so it's okay, I think, to just remind it now and then. It seems to overall stay on task and stay on the story. All right, so how computer, how long until we arrive at Epsilon Prime? Based on your current trajectory, and we are approximately 2 hours away from reaching Epsilon Prime. Wow, we got there pretty fast. How time flies when you're engineering. Alright, I'm not going to argue with it. Okay. Sleep for 8 hours. As you settle into your rest quarters, you set a timer on your personal console for 8 hours of sleep. The room is designed to provide a comfortable and serene environment, promoting restful sleep. As you close your eyes and allow the fatigue of your shift to fade away, you gradually drift off into a deep slumber. Time passes peacefully, uninterrupted by the activities taking place aboard the Stellaris. After rejuvenating 8 hours of rest, you wake up feeling refreshed and energized. Your mind is clear, and your body is ready to take on the challenge that awaits you. Computer, do I have any messages? You have one new message in your inbox. Yes, display it, please. Uh-oh, more update. Okay. I wanted to provide you with an update regarding the anomaly activity near the colony. Our analysis of the data has revealed a concerning pattern. The anomalies appear to be increasing in frequency and intensity, displaying unpredictable behavior that poses a potential threat to the colony and the Stellaris. We are working tirelessly to understand the nature of the anomalies and their origins. It is crucial that we coordinate our efforts and share information to ensure the safety of both the crew and the Stellaris. I highly recommend convening a joint meeting with our teams to discuss. Okay. All right then. Contact the captain and inquire about joining the away team. Captain, I have received an urgent message from Dr. Reynolds at the New Horizons colony regarding the increasing anomaly activity. It seems that the situation has escalated, and Dr. Reynolds is recommending a joint meeting to discuss the next steps. I believe it would be beneficial for me to join the away team and directly collaborate with the colony's team on site. Captain says, I appreciate your proactive approach. Given the circumstances, your presence with the away team would indeed be valuable. We need to ensure effective communication and coordination between the Stellaris and the colony. I authorize your participation in the away team. Thank you, Captain. I will make necessary preparations to coordinate with Dr. Reynolds to arrange a meeting. I'll keep you updated. Very well, Chief Engineer. Keep me informed of your progress and ensure the safety of the away team and crew. We rely on your expertise. Captain out. With the communication concluded, you start making necessary preparations for joining the away team and coordinating with Dr. Reynolds. The captain has granted authorization. Okay, great. Who is leading the away team? The current designated leader of the committee is Commander Elena Ramirez. Commander Ramirez, an experienced officer, she'll be strong leadership skills and proficiency in handling challenging situations. They will be overseeing the operations and ensuring the coordination between the away team and the New Horizons colony. Please note that the composition and leadership of the away team may be subject to change. Okay. Contact Commander Ramirez and inquire as to the details of the away team. When does it leave? And can I come along? You request the Stellaris computer to establish a communication link with Commander Ramirez. After a brief moment, the link is established, and you hear Commander Ramirez's voice coming through. Commander Ramirez. This is Commander Ramirez. How can I assist you, Chief Engineer? Commander Ramirez, I wanted to inquire about the details of the upcoming away mission. When is the team scheduled to leave, and is there a possibility for me to join? Chief Engineer Starcross, good timing. The away team is set to depart within the next 2 hours. Our mission is to investigate the anomalies and gather additional data, better understand their nature and potential effects. Given your expertise and the urgency of the situation, I believe your presence on the away team would be valuable. You're authorized to join us. Thank you, Commander. I appreciate the opportunity. I will make the necessary preparations and meet the team at the designated departure point. If there are any specific tasks or equipment I should bring, please let me know. Understood, Chief Engineer. Make sure to equip yourself with a personal protective suit and standard exploration gear. We'll provide further details and assignment once we convene the team. We look forward to having you on board. I will ensure that I have the required gear. I'm eager to contribute to the mission's success. I'll meet you at the departure point within the specified time frame. The communications concluded. You gather the necessary equipment, including a personal protective suit and standard exploration gear. You make your way to the designated departure point. Okay. Where is the departure point? Are we taking ATVs onto the surface, or are we taking a shuttle? You inquire about the departure point for the away mission and the mode of transportation to the surface of Epsilon Prime. The Stellaris computer retrieves the relevant information. The designated departure point of the away team is the Stellaris shuttle bay located on Deck 3. The team will gather there to board the shuttle that will transport them to the surface of Epsilon Prime. Regarding the mode of transportation, the away team will be utilizing a shuttle for the journey of the surface. The shuttle provides a reliable and efficient means of transportation, allowing for controlled descent. Okay. Okay. Which shuttle are we on? I'll load my gear and greet the crew and the commanding officer. As you make your way to the Stellaris shuttle bay on Deck 3, carrying your gear and prepare for the mission ahead. As you enter the shuttle bay, you see the away team members gathering near one of the shuttles preparing for departure. The commanding officer, Commander Elena Ramirez, stands nearby overseeing the final preparations and ensure that everyone is ready. You approach the team greeted by the familiar faces of your fellow crew members. Chief Engineer Starcross, good to see you. I'm glad you could join us. We're just finishing up the final checks before departure. Commander Ramirez, it's a pleasure to be part of the team. I've brought my gear and I'm ready to contribute. Is there anything specific you'd like me to assist with? We'll be splitting into smaller teams for the exploration. Your expertise will be valuable in analyzing any anomalies we encounter and providing technical support as needed. Once we reach the surface, we'll assign tasks and locations accordingly. Make sure to secure your gear and find a seat on the shuttle. We'll be departing shortly. You greet your fellow team members, exchanging brief pleasantries and discussing the mission ahead. As you secure your gear and find a seat on the shuttle, the excitement and anticipation of upcoming exploration fill the air. Who is piloting the shuttle? You inquire about the pilot of the shuttle. Stellaris computer retrieves the relevant information. The designated pilot is Lieutenant Sophia Anderson. Lieutenant Anderson is an experienced and skilled pilot, trained in various shuttle operations and equipped with the necessary expertise to ensure safety and smooth journey to the surface of Epsilon Prime. Lieutenant Sophia Anderson, known for her exceptional piloting abilities, has been assigned to handle the shuttle operations for the mission. With her at the helm, you have confidence in the proficiency and professionalism. Okay. I perform a systems check on all shuttle subsystems. A pre-flight check. As an experienced chief engineer, you take the initiative to perform a thorough systems check and pre-flight inspection of the shuttle before departure. You carefully review each subsystem, ensuring that everything is in optimal working condition for a safe journey to the surface of Epsilon Prime. You start by checking the power systems, verifying that the energy supply is stable and all power conduits are properly connected. Next, you examine the propulsion system, assessing the engine performance, fuel levels, and navigation controls. Satisfied with the results, you move on to life support and environmental control systems, confirming that they are functioning correctly and maintain a suitable atmosphere within the shuttle. Continuing your inspection, you examine the communication and navigation systems, ensuring that the shuttle is properly linked to the Stellaris and capable of maintaining contact during the mission. You also check the emergency systems, including the safety protocols, escape procedures, and the integrity of the ship's hull. Throughout the inspection, you consult with the shuttle's onboard computer, which provides real-time feedback and diagnostics on the various subsystems. Any minor issues that arise are quickly addressed and resolved to guarantee optimal performance. Upon completion of the pre-flight check, you are satisfied that the shuttle is in excellent condition and ready for departure. You relay the positive report to Commander Ramirez and the rest of the away team, providing them with confidence in the shuttle's reliability. Okay, what do we do next? Anybody? I will pause for a moment while we gather opinions from the YouTube and Twitch and Discord channels. Okay then, it looks like we're ready to depart, unless anybody has another suggestion. Thank you, Chief, for your diligent work. I appreciate your thorough systems checks. With your assurance that the shuttle is in optimal condition, we can proceed with confidence. We're ready to depart. The away team members, including Commander Ramirez, take their seats on the shuttle, securing themselves for the journey. Lieutenant Sophia Anderson, the designated pilot, sits at the controls preparing for takeoff. Chief Engineer Remic, Commander Ramirez, Lieutenant Anderson, the shuttle is ready for departure. All systems are functioning as expected. I'll be here to provide technical support throughout the mission. Commander Ramirez says, Thank you, Chief Engineer. Your expertise will undoubtedly prove valuable. Let's maintain open communication during this exploration. Strap in, everyone. Lieutenant Anderson, take us out. With the commands given, the shuttle's engineers hum to life, and the craft smoothly lifts off from the Stellaris shuttle bay. As the shuttle glides through space, you can feel the slight vibrations and hear the hum of the engines, signaling your beginning of your journey to the surface of Epsilon Prime. Okay, look out the windows. Look out the window. does Epsilon Prime look like from here? And can I still see the Stellaris? As the shuttle departs from the Stellaris and moves away from the ship, you take a moment to look out the window and observe the view. Epsilon Prime, the destination of your mission, comes into view, presenting a captivating sight. Epsilon Prime is a rocky planet with a diverse terrain visible from space. From your vantage point in the shuttle, you can see a combination of lush forests, sprawling plains, and mountainous regions stretching across the planet's surface. The planet's atmosphere casts a gentle blue hue, adding a sense of tranquility to the scene. Despite the distance between the shuttle and the Stellaris, you can still see the imposing form of the starship in the distance. The Stellaris, with its sleek design and advanced technology, stands as a symbol of human ingenuity and exploration. The ship gleams against the backdrop of space, a beacon of hope and a reminder of the mission's connection to the safety and support of your crewmates aboard. As you continue to gaze out the window, a mixture of excitement and anticipation fills your heart. The adventure that lies ahead on Epsilon Prime, combined with the unity and camaraderie of the Ray team, instills a sense of purpose and determination. Let's check our score. Maybe we got some things done. Score? Ooh. All right. We have a total of... Well, we should have 50. Cleverness have earned you an additional 8. Oh, okay. 20, 40. Okay, so it should be 20, 40, 58. Shouldn't that total be 58 XP? You are correct. Alright. You're correct, and I apologize. The correct total should be 58 XP. Here's a revised breakdown. Overcoming minor obstacles, overcoming major obstacles. Passing major story milestone. Okay. Please list the... This is a test because this is actually the first test of this version of the virtual GM. And I haven't put in a scoring system before. So I decided the scoring should be based on how like just like in a regular game, I'll adjust the XP distribution or however things are worth, but I gave points to different things, like minor plot points are worth 5 points and incidental things are worth 1 point or whatever. And the computer is taking note of our actions as we go along and giving us a score. So I'm going to ask it to list the minor obstacles we have overcome. All right. Conducting a thorough systems check of the shuttle. Coordinating with your engineering team to upgrade the secondary generators. Oh yeah, that's right. Directing Team 4 to repair the communications array. Analyzing the colony commander's last log. Checking your messages and reading the urgent messages from Dr. Reynolds. Performing a detailed scan of Epsilon Prime for signs of the colony. Scanning the anomalies and obtaining data. Contacting Dr. Rodriguez and having a conversation about the New Horizons situation. Contacting Dr. Reynolds and discussing the circumstances of the colony. Requesting a status report from the New Horizons main computer. These are the minor obstacles you have overcome. Let's ask about the major obstacles. Please list the major obstacles we have overcome. Okay. Alrighty. Here's a list of major obstacles. Investigating and analyzing the distress signal from the New Horizons colony. Discovering and investigating the anomalies. Gathering data and conducting detailed scans. Coordinating with Dr. Reynolds. Receiving authorization to join the away team. Performing a thorough systems check on the shuttle. Communicating with Dr. Ramirez and obtaining approval to join the away team. Gathering relevant information, preparing to depart. Okay. Well done. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's continue the story. Where are we? Hello, Welsh Bard. Welcome to the Discord channel. I think we might have had you with us before, but in case, I'm also noticing a few new people on YouTube, so I'm going to go over what we're doing here today. Thanks for joining us. First of all, my name's CyborgPrime, and I'm here today to demonstrate the AI-powered virtual GM I've been working on. It can simulate horror adventures, crime stories, science fiction. That's what we're doing here. Being a big Traveler superfan and big sci-fi nerd, I wanted to kind of give a way for solo sci-fi players to come up with a way to run solo games. So I haven't programmed anything from there's no Traveler mechanics behind the scenes. There's no game mechanics. I've only programmed storytelling mechanics because what I want from the user standpoint is something indistinguishable from an adventure. I realized I could save myself a lot of time if it appears to the user as if we're doing a Traveler adventure, even though we're not engaging with the Traveler mechanics. Did that for a few reasons. The main one being I respect Mongoose and I don't want to step on anybody's feet or toes. I don't want to produce anything that's going to replace content providers. What my goal is here is to create something that is an interactive storyteller for single player, so that folks who don't have a Traveler playmate might be able to turn to something like this as a possibility. And so far, it's been pretty interesting. And Welsh Bard in the Discord channel is telling me the rules are not the part we need help with when playing solo. Okay. I don't play solo often, and my only solo experience has been like the mini games, like creating characters and planets and stuff. So what kind of pain points do solo players have? Why don't you let me know in the comments, and I will try to address that in the next version of the virtual GM. In the meantime, feel free to chime in with any moves. I can't come up with all of the moves myself. I'm coming up with what I think makes sense. But the purpose of this exercise is to bring in other people with different viewpoints who can give different ideas to help flesh this out. I might have bias being the creator, so I know what I programmed it to do and not do, but I would like to see through your eyes as a player and consumer of this, how can this be a tool to help you out as far as like recreation or entertainment purposes. So as we go along, feel free. I'm monitoring the Twitch stream, the Discord stream, and the YouTube stream. All the chat streams coming in here all come into a central chat for me, so I can read what everybody is asking. So if you have any suggestions as we go along, please feel free to let us know. The situation we are in is we're the chief engineer aboard the Stellaris. We've been sent to investigate a distress signal from the New Horizons colony. When we got here, we found out there was a series of anomalies and disappearing personnel and some recently discovered unidentified structures that that had remained hidden until now. We just established orbit around the planet, and I am now aboard the shuttle with the away team, and we're going down here. So we're going to see here. I just ask, where were we? The shuttle continues its descent towards the surface of Epsilon Prime, gradually closing the distance between the away team and their destination. The lush forests and majestic landscapes of the planet grow larger and more detailed as the shuttle approaches its designated landing site. After a smooth descent, the shuttle touches down on a cleared area near the colony. The hatch opens and you step out onto the surface of Epsilon Prime, greeted by the planet's fresh air and the sounds of nature. The away team follows suit, each member equipped with the necessary gear and ready to commence their investigation. As you take in the surroundings, you see the New Horizon colony in the distance, a collection of sturdy structures nestled amidst the natural beauty of the planet. It appears quiet and still, devoid of the usual signs of bustling activity. The mysteries and anomalies that have plagued the colonies hang in the air, creating an atmosphere of tension and anticipation. Commander Ramirez addresses the team, their voice projecting authority and determination. "All right, team, this is our mission. We need to gather as much information as possible about the anomalies and the colony's disappearance. We'll split into teams and search for any signs of life or unusual phenomena. Stay vigilant and maintain communication at all times. Chief Engineer Starcross, I want you to lead the analysis and technical aspects of our investigation. Let's proceed with caution and gather as much data as we can." The away team splits into smaller groups, each with a specific area to explore and investigate. You take the lead in analyzing the anomalies and assessing any potential technical implications. The atmosphere is charged with a mixture of excitement, trepidation, and the shared goal of uncovering the truth behind the mysteries of Epsilon Prime. As Chief Engineer Remic Starcross, your skills and expertise will be put to the test in unraveling the secrets that lie ahead. The fate of the New Horizons colony, the anomalies, and the crew of the Stellaris rest in your hands. All right. Okay. So I'm getting from a Welsh Bard at the Discord server that they play games as is with no GM. If there's multiple pathways, they'll roll dice or sometimes just pick. They create teams of PCs, but they just follow the module as if they were running for a group. Okay. But they never played any of the solo rules like Solo Hostile. That's from Zozer Games. Yeah, okay. Well, those are some things that I tried to address in this AI thing. There are this is the third adventure we've gone through. Sometimes there are NPCs like we have here, the other crew members we can interact with. Sometimes we're the captain. Sometimes we're the member of the crew. One time we woke up out of cryo freeze. We were alone on the ship. So there's different things. Oh, but the ship had the ship's AI was still working and it was helpful to us. So there's always been some other characters or something to interact with. During my tests on this version, the AI came up with my ship is docked at a starport, and I was able to go into the starport and go to a store and look at different items in the store, and yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, this thing is performing way beyond expectations. When I first started using the ChatGPT, it just seemed like a sophisticated Mad Libs generator, and maybe it still is, but we're using ChatGPT version 3.5 because there's a limit on the number of requests you can put into chat for, and that would be exceeded in the first hour or whatever of playing. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I see people popping in and out to the various channels. So, all right. Let's see. We've been going 2 hours and 15 minutes. Maybe we'll go another. Maybe we'll take it to 3 hours. I didn't intend it to go this long, but we have so much fun, and so we just continue. Okay. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to contact Dr. Reynolds, who's my contact here on the planet. I'm going to ask the commander if that's okay. Commander, is it okay if I contact Dr. Reynolds and go meet with him and his staff in person? Oh, and if anybody has any questions along the way, pop them into the chat. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'm not giving away the prompt right now. It's a really long and complex prompt. I'm going to keep it proprietary for now. But I'll answer general questions about how we did this. So happy to do that. And again, if anybody has any input or moves they want or suggestions, just pop them into the chat and I will convey them to the AI and we'll do it together. All right, Commander, is it okay if I contact Dr. Reynolds and go meet with him and his staff in person? Engineer Starcross, I understand the importance of establishing direct contact with Dr. Reynolds. It's a good idea to meet with them in person and gather more information. However, given the potential risks and unknown nature of the anomalies, I want to ensure your safety. Take one of our communications devices with you and maintain regular contact with the team. If anything seems amiss or you encounter any unforeseen circumstances, relay the information immediately. Understood, Commander Ramirez. I'll make sure to stay in constant communication with the team and report any significant findings or concerns. I'll head towards the New Horizon colony and meet with Dr. Reynolds and his staff to gather as much information as possible. With your permission, I'll proceed cautiously and prioritize safety. You have my permission, Chief Engineer. Stay vigilant, and if you come across anything noteworthy or the situation changes, inform us immediately. Remember that team safety is paramount. Proceed with caution, and we'll regroup periodically to assess our progress. With Commander Ramirez's approval and guidance, you make your way towards the New Horizons colony, equipped with a communication device to maintain contact with the rest of the away team. As you approach the colony, you can't help but feel a sense of anticipation and curiosity. Okay. Use my communicator to hail Dr. Reynolds. Okay. You activate your communicator and hail Dr. Reynolds, hoping to establish a direct line of communication and arrange a meeting with him and his staff. Once the communication link is established and you hear Dr. Reynolds' voice coming through. This is Dr. Reynolds. How can I assist you? Dr. Reynolds, it's Chief Engineer Starcross from the Stellaris away team. I've arrived at Epsilon Prime and would like to meet with you and your staff to discuss the situation and gather more information. Is there a suitable location where we can convene? Chief Engineer Starcross, I'm glad to hear you've arrived safely. Yes, we can meet at the main command center here at the New Horizons colony. It's located at the heart of the colony structure. I'll gather my staff and will be ready to meet you shortly. Welcome to Epsilon Prime. Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. I'll make my way to the main command center and meet you there. Please inform your staff to prepare any relevant data and observations for our discussion. I'll keep you updated of any significant findings or development. Understood, Chief Engineer. We'll be waiting for you at the main command center. See you soon. With the communication concluded, you make your way towards the main command center of the New Horizons colony, eager to meet Dr. Reynolds and his staff. The journey through the colony offers glimpses of its infrastructure and signs of its abandonment. As you approach the command center, you prepare yourself for the meeting and the valuable information that awaits. Okay. Are there any colonists around? As you make your way through the New Horizons colony towards the main command center, you keep a watchful eye out for any signs of colonists. However, the colony appears eerily quiet and devoid of any visible presence. The usual hustle and bustle of a thriving community is noticeably absent. You pass by residential structures, communal areas, and various facilities, but there are no signs of colonists going about their daily routines. The lack of movement and the stillness in the air create an unsettling atmosphere. It's as if the colony has been frozen in time. Despite the absence of visible colonists, you remain cautious and alert, knowing that there may be hidden dangers. You maintain your communications device and keep in touch with the rest of the array team. As you approach the main command center, you notice that the doors are closed. It seems no one is waiting for you outside. Okay. Scan for anomalies has been a suggestion. Okay, scan for... With caution in mind, you activate your handheld scanner and initiate a scan of the area. The scanner hums to life, emitting a series of subtle beeps as it analyzes the environment. As the scan progresses, the readings on your scanner reveal a few anomalies within the vicinity. The anomalies appear as irregular energy signatures, distinct from the surrounding background energy levels. They are localized to specific areas near the main command center, but do not seem to extend into the building itself. The reading suggests the presence of energy fluctuations or disturbances, indicating the possibility of hidden phenomena or unusual occurrences nearby. While the nature and implication of these anomalies are unknown, they serve as a reminder of the mysteries that await you in the New Horizons colony. Armed with this information, you proceed with heightened vigilance as you approach the closed main command center. You maintain communications with the rest of the away team, informing them of the anomalies and ensuring their awareness. What actions will you take next? Okay, well, we scanned for the anomalies. Let's look at them now that we've found them. I want to see if I can move towards the nearest anomaly and get a good look at it. Being careful not to go too close. How's that sound? Advisory panel. Oh, by the way, in case people don't know or missed the announcement, on the Discord server, you can set up notifications or interest groups in the roles channel, so you can do that yourself. New members coming in will be asked to do that, but old members can do it at any time. This will help you make sure that when I send out notifications, you're in the proper group to receive them, and you can turn that on and off. Okay, so I want to see if I can move towards the closest anomaly. Okay. With a curious yet cautious mindset, you begin moving towards the nearest anomaly indicated by your scanner. As you approach, you maintain a safe distance, being mindful of the unknown nature of the anomaly. The anomaly appears as a shimmering field of energy, slightly distorting the surrounding environment. It emits a faint glow, giving it an otherworldly appearance. The air feels slightly charged in its vicinity, and you notice a gentle fluctuation in temperature. From your current vantage point, you study the anomaly, observing its behavior and documenting any notable features. You take careful note of its size, shape, and the extent of its influence on the immediate surroundings. However, you maintain a safe distance, not venturing too close to avoid any potential risks. As you observe the anomaly, you also remain attentive to any changes in its behavior or any effects it may have on the environment. You record your observations and relay them to the rest of the away team. Okay, what should we do next? Like throw a rock at it or poke it with a stick or... Scan it. Scan it again. Okay, a deep scan has been suggested. Okay. Perform a deep scan. With a keen interest in understanding the anomaly further, you activate the advanced scanning capabilities of your handheld device. The scanner emits a series of focused beams, delving deeper into the anomaly to gather more detailed information. The deep scan reveals intriguing data about the anomaly. It appears to be a localized disruption in the fabric of space-time, manifesting as an energy field with unique properties. The scan detects complex energy patterns and temporal fluctuations within the anomaly, suggesting a connection to temporal distortions. As you analyze the data, you also notice that the anomaly exhibits a slight gravitational anomaly, causing minor disturbances in the immediate vicinity. The gravitational effect is consistent with the temporal distortions observed, hinting at a potential link between the two phenomena. However, the scan does not provide conclusive answers regarding the origin or purpose of the anomaly. It merely deepens the mystery surrounding it. You record the scan results and share the information with the rest of the away team, fostering collaboration and discussion. Armed with this new knowledge, you maintain a respectful distance from the anomaly. Okay. Your meticulous approach and dedication to understanding the... Okay. Let's call... we prepared an upgraded science probe before we get here. Let's call that down from the ship and have it meet us here. All right. Contact the Stellaris and request they launch the upgraded science probe hold the probe's position at 50 meters from the anomaly and patch the probe's command functions into my personal datapad. How's that sound? All right, no objections. All right, everybody says good. Here we go. Okay. You activate your communications device and establish a link with the Stellaris, specifically with the crew responsible for launching and controlling the science probe. After a brief connection, you relay your request to launch the upgraded science probe and provide specific instructions on its positioning and command functions. Stellaris, this is Chief Engineer Starcross. Please prepare to launch the upgraded science probe towards the anomaly. Once launched, hold its position at 50 meters from the anomaly and patch the probe's command functions into my personal datapad for remote control and analysis. Maintain constant communication and relay any significant findings immediately. The communication link remains open as you wait for confirmation from the crew aboard the Stellaris. After a short pause, you receive a response indicating that they are preparing the science probe for launch and implementing the necessary modifications to facilitate remote control and data transmission. Chief Engineer Starcross, we have received your instructions. The science probe is being prepared for launch, and we will ensure it maintains a position 50 meters from the anomaly. We'll establish the necessary data link with your personal datapad, allowing you remote control and real-time analysis. Stand by for launch. With the necessary preparations underway, you remain vigilant, awaiting confirmation of the probe's launch. The prospect of deploying the upgraded science probe to gather more data and insights about the anomaly brings a renewed sense of excitement and anticipation. Okay. Monitor the progress of the probe's launch. Has it been launched yet? Okay. You closely monitor the communication channel, eagerly awaiting confirmation of the science probe's launch. The minutes tick by as you maintain your focus, aware of the significance of this mission and the valuable data the probe may gather. After a brief but substantial wait, the communications channel crackles to life with the voice of the crew member responsible for the probe's launch. Chief Engineer Starcross, this is the Stellaris. We have successfully launched the upgraded science probe towards the anomaly. It is now en route to its designated position 50 meters from the anomaly. The data link has been established with your personal datapad, enabling remote control and real-time analysis. Stand by for initial telemetry. Relief washes over you as you receive confirmation that the science probe has been launched and is on its way to the anomaly. The connection with your personal datapad ensures that you can closely monitor its progress and obtain valuable insights. You keep the datapad ready, prepared to receive initial telemetry and sensor data. The anticipation builds as you eagerly await the first set of information, hoping it will provide further understanding. Okay. I look up in the sky. The probe is probably out of visual range at this point. Is that correct? You look up the sky, searching for any glimpse of the science probe that was launched. However, given the distance and the scale of the operation, it's likely that the probe is now beyond visual range, venturing closer to the anomaly as it carries out its mission. The science probe's purpose is to investigate the anomaly and gather data necessitating proximity to the anomaly itself. As a result, it's expected to venture further away from the observation range of the away team in the surface of Epsilon Prime. While you're unable to see the probe with your naked eye, you remain connected to it through the data link established with your personal datapad. This connection allows you to receive real-time telemetry, sensor readings, and other pertinent information from the probe's instruments. As you peer up at the sky, your focus shifts from visual confirmation to the anticipation of the valuable data that the probe will transmit. Through the data link, you eagerly await the insights and discoveries that await you. Okay, I move to where I anticipate the probe to come down. I monitor the probe's visual Okay, I move to where I anticipate the probe to come down. I monitor the probe's visual camera feed during its descent. When I see myself on the video feed, I will wave. With an eager anticipation for the science probe's descent, you move to a location where you estimate it will come down. You position yourself in an open area, scanning the sky for any sign of the probe's return. As you monitor the visual camera feed from the science probe, you carefully observe the live video stream, keeping a close eye on the descending landscape. The feed displays the probe's perspective, providing you with a real-time view of its surroundings. Time passes, and your attention remains fixed to the video feed. You eagerly await the moment when the probe's camera captures your own presence on the surface of Epsilon Prime. Then, as the probe's descent continues, you catch a glimpse of yourself on the screen. With a sense of excitement and connection, you wave at the camera, knowing that your actions are being recorded and transmitted back to your personal datapad. It's a small but meaningful gesture, a moment of acknowledgement between you and the probe, affirming your role in this crucial mission. As the probe nears the surface and its descent slows, you continue to watch the camera feed, ready to witness the final moments before it touches down. The data it has collected and the visuals it has captured hold the potential to provide valuable insights into the anomalies and the mysteries of Epsilon Prime. All right. This is something cool we've done. Now I'm going to simulate my datapad display. Show the results of the science probe's scan during its descent. Hey, Jason. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, I'm late. Sorry.
Glad you could make it, though. Better late than never. All right. So, Assimilate my data plat. Show the results of the science probe scam during its descent. Okay. The datapad screen illuminates, presenting a series of data and visuals transmitted from the science probe as it descends towards the surface of Epsilon Prime. The information provides valuable insights into the anomaly and the surrounding environment. Temporal flux density. Moderate fluctuations detected, indicating localized disruptions in the fabric of space-time. Energy signatures. Anomaly exhibits unique energy patterns distinct from background radiation levels. Gravitational anomaly. Minor gravitational disturbances detected within the anomaly's vicinity. And temperature variations. Slight temperature fluctuations are observed, correlating with energy fluctuations. The visual feed highlights. The probe's camera captures the shimmering energy field of the anomaly, showcasing its otherworldly appearance. Faint glow emitted by the anomaly, casting an ethereal light on the surroundings. Distortion effects visible, indicating the anomaly's influence on the immediate environment. Anomaly size estimated to be approximately X meters in diameter. Okay. I told it not to use placeholders like that, so I'm going to have to look into that. Analysis summary. The data gathered during the descent of the science probe reinforces previous observations of the anomaly's unique characteristics. The presence of temporal flux density, energy signatures, and gravitational disturbances and temperature variations further highlight the anomalous nature of the phenomenon. These findings suggest a direct correlation between the energy fluctuations and the distortions in spacetime within the anomaly. The interplay of these factors raises intriguing questions about the underlying mechanisms and potential implications for the New Horizons colony and its mysterious disappearances. As the probe's descent nears completion, you eagerly absorb the data and visuals displayed. The information captured by the science probe holds the promise of unlocking further insights. All right. Let's meet with the science crew, the engineer and his crew that we came down to meet with. Okay. Let's proceed. Okay. I proceed back to the central command building and see about opening the door. Leaving the location where you witness the science probe's descent, you make your way back towards the central command building of the New Horizons colony. The structure stands before you, its closed doors awaiting your arrival. Approaching the entrance, you examine the control panel beside the door. It appears to be a standard access system, likely requiring authorization. You assess the panel, searching for any means of bypassing the authorization or finding an alternative way inside. As you inspect the control panel, you notice a keycard slot and a numerical keypad. It seems that the doors are secured with a combination of keycard access and passcode. Hail Dr. Reynolds. You're welcome, Welsh Bard. Catch you next time. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for helping out. Alright. You activate your communication device and hail Dr. Reynolds, hoping to establish contact with him once again. Dr. Reynolds, this is Chief Engineer Starcross. I've returned to the Central Command Building and encountered locked doors. Is there a means of accessing the building? I require entry to continue our investigation. You wait for a response, hoping that Dr. Reynolds or someone on his staff will be able to provide you with the necessary access and guidance. Wait for Dr. Reynolds to respond. Time ticks by. The air is filled with anticipation as you stand outside the locked doors of the Central Command Building, ready to resume your investigation. After a brief pause, your communication device crackles to life, and Dr. Reynolds' voice fills the airwaves. Chief Engineer Starcross, good to hear from you. I apologize for the inconvenience. This Central Command Building is equipped with a security system that requires specific credentials for access. I will remotely grant you temporary access privileges. Please provide me with your identification code, and I will initiate the authorization process. You swiftly relay your ID code to Dr. Reynolds, eager to gain entry and continue your investigation. Thank you, Chief Engineer. Authorization granted. You should now have access to the Central Command Building. Please proceed with caution and keep me updated. With the security systems overridden, the locked doors of the central command building release their grip. You have gained entry. The path to uncovering the truth behind the colony's disappearance lies before you. What actions will you take? Okay, enter the building. With the doors of the building now unlocked, you push them open, stepping into the corridor. The air inside feels still and quiet, adding to the sense of mystery that surrounds the abandoned colony. As you enter, you find yourself in a spacious foyer dimly lit by emergency lights. The room is filled with control panels, monitors, and displays, all displaying signs of inactivity. Dust has settled on various surfaces, indicating the building has been unoccupied for some time. Taking a moment to orient yourself, you decide to explore further into the building, following the corridors that lead to various rooms and departments. The sound of your footsteps echoes through the empty hallways, a stark reminder of the absence of life within the once thriving colony. You pass by empty offices, laboratories, and communal spaces, each bearing traces of the past activities that took place here. Paper strewn about, abandoned personal belongings, and remnants of unfinished tasks give a glimpse into the lives of the vanished colonists. As you venture deeper into the central command building, you approach a set of double doors labeled Command Center. These doors likely lead to the heart of the building where critical operations. Okay. With a sense of purpose, you push open the doors of the command center and step inside. The room is larger than the others you've seen so far, designed to accommodate a team of personnel working together to oversee the operations of the colony. In the center of the room, you spot Dr. Reynolds, the colony's leader, and one of the few remaining individuals you've had contact with. He stands near a large holographic display, studying the data and images being projected. Chief Engineer Starcross, I'm glad you made it inside. We need every available resource and expertise to unravel the mystery surrounding the anomalies and the disappearance of our people. You approach Dr. Reynolds, a mixture of determination and curiosity in your eyes. The two of you exchange a brief nod, acknowledging the significance of the task. Dr. Reynolds, it's good to see you again. I've been closely monitoring the anomalies and made progress with the science probe. The data we've gathered reveals unique energy patterns and temporal fluctuations with the anomaly. It's clear that something extraordinary is happening here. Dr. Reynolds listens intently, his expression a mix of concern and intrigue. He gestures towards the holographic display. I've been analyzing the data we received from your probe, and it aligns with our own findings. The anomalies seem to be tied to the disturbances in space-time, creating pockets of energy with unknown origins. We suspect these anomalies are somehow responsible for the disappearances. The two of you engage in a deep discussion, sharing insights. Okay. Dr. Reynolds, how many crewmen are missing and how many are currently accounted for? Dr. Reynolds, Chief Engineer Starcross, based on our latest records and investigations, a total of 37 crew members are currently missing. This accounts for approximately 70% of our initial colonist population. The remaining 16 crew members, including myself, are the ones still present in the colony. Dr. Reynolds' voice carries the weight of concern and sorrow as he relays the distressing numbers. The magnitude of the disappearance has become even more apparent, emphasizing the urgency of your mission to uncover the truth and potentially locate the missing individuals. Thank you for the information, Dr. Reynolds. It's a significant loss, but we must do everything we can to find answers and potentially bring our missing colleagues back. Have there been any notable patterns or commonalities among the disappearances? Dr. Reynolds, we've been trying to identify any patterns, but thus far the disappearances seem random. No distinct patterns have emerged. People of various roles, backgrounds, and ages have vanished without a trace. It adds to the mystery and complexity of the situation. As you and Dr. Reynolds exchange information, the gravity of the situation intensifies. The fate of the missing crew members weighs heavily on both of you, fueling your determination to uncover the truth. Okay, Dr. Reynolds, has anybody gone missing since instituting the buddy system. Okay. All right. Hello, folks in Twitch land, and hello, folks out in YouTube land. We're running a test of the virtual GM that I've created with ChatGPT, and so far it's working really, really well. There's only been a few times where it's had some hiccups, but we got it back on track. Lessons learned in this version will be applied to the next version. So thank you so much for joining and participating in these tests. You are also welcome to type in suggested moves into the chat, and I will take those suggested moves and convey them to the AI, and we'll go through this adventure together. Let's see, I just hit 3 hours. I was going to quit now, but I see some people have joined in, so let's go another half hour or so. All right, then we'll have like a round table or something. Okay, so Dr. Reynolds, has anybody gone missing since instituting the buddy system? Since we implemented the buddy system, we haven't had any reports of additional crew members going missing. It appears that having individuals paired up and keeping a close watch on each other has helped mitigate further disappearances. However, we cannot be certain if this is solely due to the buddy system or if there are other factors at play. Dr. Reynolds' voice carries a hint of relief as he shares the information. The implementation of the buddy system seems to have provided an extra layer of security and support, reducing the likelihood of crew members vanishing without a trace. However, the mystery surrounding the initial disappearances and the anomalies themselves still loom large. That's a positive development, Dr. Reynolds. It's crucial that we continue to emphasize safety protocols and maintain vigilance. We must ensure that all crew members adhere to the buddy system and remain in constant communication. Let's also consider expanding the system to cover all areas of the colony, including off-site locations. Agreed, Chief Engineer. We need to maximize our chances of preventing any further incidents. I will make sure the buddy system is reinforced throughout the colony and that everyone understands its importance. We cannot afford any lapses in our efforts to keep our remaining crew members safe. Okay. All right. What's our next move? Should we try to fly the probe into the anomaly? Maybe the crew members are maybe the missing crew members are inside. Any ideas out there in Twitch land? Anybody have any ideas? I'm happy to pop those in. We can communicate with our own captain. We can communicate with the Stellaris, which is our ship up in orbit. We can confer with Dr. Reynolds, the site engineer. We can explore the site ourselves. Really, we can do whatever we want. So feel free to pop in a suggestion into the chat, and I'm perfectly happy to convey that to the AI as our next move. Otherwise, I'll pick something that seems obvious. Give folks a couple of seconds to figure it out. Okay, no suggestions?
So we're on Epsilon Prime dealing with another anomaly?
Yeah, we noticed that. Also an anomaly, yes. Yes. This anomaly, however, has caused people to disappear. So we're trying to...
Well, didn't the last one?
Yes. It was similar to the last adventure, except this one is planet size and involves a colony. And we're able to... And the anomaly isn't so horrible, we can actually, like, approach it. Whereas we couldn't bring the ship close to the previous one. So, yeah, that's a... Maybe it's just picking, like, popular tropes. Maybe this combination is the most popular trope. Combination. I don't know why it keeps recurring. These are separate bot installations.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so let's. Okay. Dr. Reynolds. Hold on a second. Have to take a call. Sorry about that. That was my wife calling, and she'll be heading home soon, and the dogs will be going psycho. So we will have to be wrapping this up. So let's go ahead and just take our next couple of moves. Dr. Reynolds, what do you think about moving the science probe to within the event horizon of the anomaly? Perhaps this is some sort of portal. Chief Engineer Starcross, your idea is intriguing. Moving the science probe closer to the event horizon of the anomaly could provide valuable insights into its nature and potential as a portal. We might be able to gather more comprehensive data and better understand the underlying mechanisms at play. Dr. Reynolds pauses briefly, considering the implications and risks involved. However, we must exercise caution. Venturing too close to the event horizon could pose significant dangers, both for the probe and potentially for any personnel involved. We need to carefully assess the situation and determine the feasibility and safety protocols. He continues, his voice filled with a mix of curiosity and concern. I suggest we gather a team of experts, including scientists and engineers, to evaluate the risks and benefits of moving the science probe closer. We should also consult with our specialists in anomaly research and discuss the potential implications of interacting with the event horizon. The doctor's responses reflect a measured approach, recognizing the importance of thorough analysis and the need to prioritize safety. I appreciate your thoughtful consideration, Dr. Reynolds. It's crucial that we proceed with caution. I'll coordinate with the science and engineering teams and evaluate technical aspects at the shared... Okay. I contact my commander and update her with my progress. You activate your communication device and establish a communication with your commander, updating her on the progress and developments within the New Horizons colony. Commander, this is Chief Engineer Starcross. I wanted to provide you with an update on our current situation here at the New Horizons colony. We have made significant progress in investigating the anomalies and have gathered valuable data through the science probe. Additionally, we have implemented the buddy system to enhance crew safety, resulting in no further disappearances so far. You pause briefly to allow your commander to absorb the information before continuing. We're now considering the possibility of moving the science probe closer to the event horizon of the anomaly, potentially treating it as a portal. However, we're proceeding with caution and are evaluating the risks and safety protocols involved. Dr. Reynolds and I are collaborating closely in this matter. You await your commander's response, knowing that she will provide guidance. Okay. What are my commander's instructions? Chief Engineer, I appreciate the update. Your diligent efforts and coordination with Dr. Reynolds are commendable. The progress you've made in investigating the anomalies and implementing the buddy system is encouraging. There is a momentary pause as the commander gathers her thoughts. Regarding the possibility of moving the science probe closer to the event horizon, I understand the potential value of gathering more data and exploring the portal hypothesis. However, safety remains our top priority. I want you to work closely with Dr. Reynolds and the science and engineering teams to conduct a thorough risk assessment and develop a detailed plan with clear safety protocols. She emphasizes the importance of thorough preparation and careful consideration of the potential risks. Commander says, consult with our anomaly research specialists and ensure that all necessary precautions are taken. I want detailed contingency plans and fail-safe mechanisms. The lives of our crew members depend on it. Commander says, keep me informed of your progress and provide regular updates. We're counting on you and your team, Chief Engineer. I have full confidence in your ability to navigate these challenges. With the Commander's instruction, clearly take note of the responsibilities. Okay. Commander, what is your status? Do you have anything to share with me and the colony science team? I appreciate your concern. As for my status, I'm currently overseeing the overall operations of the Stellaris and coordinating with the other departments. While I don't have any new information specific to the anomalies or the New Horizons colony, I'm closely monitoring. I want to stress the importance of collaboration and information sharing. As new developments arise, or if there are any significant findings, it's crucial that we maintain open communication channels. I encourage you to maintain regular contact with Dr. Reynolds and his team, sharing any relevant updates or insights. Remember, we have a responsibility to the crew. What is the status of the other away teams on the planet's surface? Chief Engineer, I'm glad you brought up the status of the other away teams. Let me provide you with an update. Team Alpha, led by Lieutenant Patel, has been conducting geological surveys and sampling in a region approximately 2 kilometers from the colony. They are reporting no significant anomalies or immediate concerns. Team Bravo, under the leadership of Captain Rodriguez, is currently investigating a potential energy signature detected in a forested area to the northeast of the colony. They're proceeding cautiously. Team Charlie, led by Lieutenant Nguyen, has tasked with exploring an underground cave system in the southwestern region of the colony. They're assessing the geological formations. Okay. So far, they haven't reported any significant findings. All 3 teams are operational and following their respective objective. Communications with the teams remain strong, and they are aware of the overarching mission and importance of safety and information sharing. Okay. All right. Let's call it here then. Let's gather. All right. Let's leave all the teams alone, and we'll prepare to send the science vessel in next time. So let's call it here. It's been 3 hours and 15 minutes. Does anybody have any questions or comments or observations they'd like to make about the AI-powered virtual GM? I'll take questions and comments or discussion topics. If anybody has any? Okay, looks like nobody has any questions. No comments? Alright then. Well, hey everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this test. I really appreciate your participation and interest in my crazy, weird projects. So thank you so much for joining me virtually or in person here at the Discord studios. Feel free to join me on Discord or come around to my Facebook pages. Links to all that stuff are in the description to the video. And once again, thank you very much. I'm CyborgPrime. And until next time, my friends, happy traveling. Take care now. Thanks again.